learn how to really be able to build a successful and sustainable business. And so the topic for today is staying consistent. Today is training number 279, and I'm going to give each and every one of you a copy of today's training. And so I want to make sure that you guys are plugged in, that you get on my Instagram, so that way that I can give you access to the training here as well as the slides. So welcome to the call. I want to be talking about staying consistent today. And one of the things I tell people all the time is that 95% of the people that enroll in the business, whether it's this business or most businesses, no matter how good the system is, how motivating the events are, they could go to all the different motivational conventions and stuff like that. The reality is that the majority of people, they don't do anything. You know, that's the reality. Now, that's not being negative. I'm positive the majority of them don't do anything. They come in, they just either want to be part of the culture, maybe they want to get access to the product, access to services. They get all pumped up, they get all excited. But as a week go by, 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by, a month, a lot of people will drop because maybe it's not as good as it was presented to them, or it's not as good as they thought that it was going to be. All right. And so I want to talk about a little bit about this today and how we can really overcome this and help people become more consistent, stay, create retention, and so forth. One of the questions I ask people is it a knowledge issue? My opinion, no, because the training and information is there. I know, especially in our company with Go Live and stuff like that, all the training, all the information is there. Is it a motivation issue? In most cases, the answer is no, because the rewards are there. Whether they want to build the business, whether they want to trade and get the benefits of that, the rewards are there. So it's not knowledge, it's not motivation. All right. My belief, and one of the questions I'd ask too, is it because of vision? Because sometimes people say, well, they don't have vision, they don't have the goals. I mean, the question is, who do you want to become? Because you got to act in spite of your mood. And this is where I'd say it's because of vision. Some people will say it is. Some people say it's not because they don't have one. This, to me, is one of the biggest holdbacks to people being successful, because their vision is more sight, meaning they're just trying to get to the weekend. And for me, I focus on doing the actions that are going to create the results. So I have a long-term vision. I know where I'm going. I know where I want to go. I know where I want to take the company. That's why I tell people, act in spite of your mood, because it's who and what do you want to become? And then when do I stop? A lot of people ask, when do I have to stop grinding? The answer is you don't, because one of the purposes is to this life is to stay making progress. And that's what keeps you happy. Okay. So you're making progress. You don't just decide that you're going to stop grinding. Now you don't do anything. You just collect a check. So vision is one of the major things. And so what you need is, first of all, you don't need another book. You don't need another training on routines, because all those things are already there. We talk about the goals, the trainings, the habits, and the daily rituals. What you need is vision, and you need belief. Those two things right there are going to help you overcome the days where you feel like quitting, the days that you don't feel like you can trade anymore because trading doesn't work, the day that feels like that you've hit ranks before, now you've gone back and you got your rank cut in half. Vision and belief is one of those major things that's going to help pull you through on the days that you feel like quitting. And so why consistency? Well, one of the things I tell people is, if you are persistent, the if is a keyword. If you are persistent, you will get it. If you are consistent, you'll keep it. Let me give you an example. Whether it's a trading account that you've built up, or whether it's a business, you hit platinum 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever, when you're consistent and you keep showing up and you keep trying to revise yourself to become a better person, better leader, better builder, and all that, less of the time that you just lose ranks. Now, you're going to hit a rank, you're going to have success, and sometimes you're going to have pullbacks, and that's just called life. But here's what I can tell you after many years of doing this. You can keep it when you keep doing everything in your power to be successful, network with the right people, stay consistent, stay in the game, stay around the campfire, staying around the people that are going that certain direction. That's why I say if you're persistent, you'll get it, meaning a rank or a trading account. But if you're consistent, you'll keep it. And that's why consistency is so important. So we become what we want by consistently doing what we want to become each day. Now, this is a part of staying consistent. So it's consistently doing what we want to become each day. Think about it. Most people, they want the same stuff, but very few are willing to do the same stuff. And that's really where commitment steps in. Commitment is doing the thing long after the feeling has gone away. It's continuing to do those things that other people are not willing to do. That is commitment. And as a part of commitment and consistency, there's just going to be a lot of days that you don't feel like doing stuff. And again, that's why you act in spite of your mood. You're not worried about your feelings. You're not worried about if you're motivated. Work's got to get done, right? The results have got to be created, and that's going to be from you taking action on a consistent basis. Consistent action creates consistent results. Now, obviously, if you're taking action, going the wrong direction, doing high risk management or building the business the wrong way, that's not going to be the type of results you're looking for. But when you're taking the consistent right actions, that you are doing those daily things that you need to be doing, whether it's with trading or the business, you can create the results eventually, because it's the compound effect. It may take a week, a month, 6 months, a year, or longer, but the reality is the results are going to come for you, but you've got to stay consistent. You do need to stay laser focused, because it's no different than, like, if I want to start a fire in the desert, I have that magnifying glass, I can harness the power of the sun, and eventually, boom, a fire can start, right? That's that focus. But if you're just kind of moving it around and it's not focused, it's not going to start a fire, right? And so the same thing with life, same thing with the business, same thing with trading, is that you've got to have that consistency and focus if you want to be successful long term. So if you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. I know that for myself, this has been one of those advantages. Like, for example, I just got a message from corporate, and they said that they want me to create a video. And this particular video is a hard one, but I said, yes, absolutely, count me in. See, I'm consistent. So therefore I'm taken seriously. The people I work with, they know that I'm not just jumping around and doing different things. They know that I'm here, that I show up, that if I say there's going to be a call, I'm on the call. I'm consistent. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the best, but you do need to be a person that can be counted upon, a person who is reliable, a person who is consistent, a person who actually shows up at the time that they say that they're going to show up. And so this is my challenge for you. Number one is create your vision. And if you don't know what a vision is, look it up on Google, how to create a vision, because I don't have time to explain all the details of how to do it. But you need to create your vision, okay? And you got to get away from having sight, which is really just long enough to get to the weekend so we can chill. I'm talking about something that's going to take a year, 5, 10 years down the road. Create your vision. Number two is you want to commit to act every time that you don't feel like building the business or learning the markets. I can tell you, there are days when I wake up, I don't want to come and do the webinars. I don't want to do certain calls. Heck, especially the ones that are on Saturday, they want me to be a part of a 4-hour boot camp. I don't always want to be on those calls, but I act every single time anyway, because I don't give a rip how I feel. The job needs to get done. And you want to make this a ritual. As you make it a ritual, it really starts to become a habit. You don't have to think about it. The more disciplined that you are, the more free you become. And here's the crazy thing. The more that you have habits, the less discipline you need. Isn't that interesting? I don't think about going to the gym. I just go. I don't even need discipline. I just go because it's a habit, right? So commit to act every single time that you don't feel like building the business, learning the markets, or whatever it is that you're pursuing. Keep a daily tracker. So I was just out with my wife for lunch, and every day that we're out together, she has an app, and she's basically logging in on an app. It's pretty simple. She's logging in basically what she ate. And the whole purpose of it is to create a sense of awareness of, I either need to get more of this or less of that. And it helps kind of keep it in the forefront of her mind of, hey, I need to eliminate this or cut back on this. I need to add this, more protein, less carbs, and stuff like that. So keeping a daily tracker for your building and trading is important. I really believe that, if you look at Amazon, you look at some of the biggest companies, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, they track progress. You can't wing it and be successful, at least very few. All right. You've got to track, how are things going? How is my trading going? Am I tracking it? Am I actually tracking the trades? How's the business going? Am I tracking this? How many contacts have I made? How many calls am I showing up to? right? Because think about it, 6 months from today, you're being rewarded for what you've done today. Next week and the next week and the next week, all of a sudden it shows up 6 months later as your current reality at that time. So that is my challenge for you. You've got to set the example amongst your team that you are the most consistent person that they know. I know on my team, I'm probably the most consistent person. I'm not the best speaker, not the best trainer. I'm not the best educator or trader, best business builder. What I do know is I can be counted upon. I'm reliable. I am consistent. I want to set an example that no matter how busy you are, you can do it. You can show up. You want to be known as a consistent person that is always there. See, my name is consistency, and I am related to success, and we should hang out more than every once in a while, right? The reality is that those two are together. If you want to be successful, you need to be consistent. And I say consistent in the right direction. Get on the Go Live calls, get on the Zoom calls, watch the videos, because the reality is people are watching something, right? They're either watching social media, they're watching sports, they're playing games, whatever the case is. You've got to make sure that you are moving the needle of your life and your business in the right direction. You got to be doing something every single day in order to get to that goal that you have. It could be a week goal, it could be a month goal, it could be a 6-month goal, a year goal, whatever it is that you've got to be doing something every day. So I'm thinking to myself, what can I do today to move the needle of my business? Well, today I set 4 appointments for leadership calls with leaders. So that's going to move the needle of my business. These are the things that you have to do. I truly believe that you guys can be successful. And a lot of people will say stuff like, but Brandon, I'm just one of those people that really struggles to stay consistent. First of all, you got to stop saying that. I'm not a consistent person. I'm not a morning person. The more that you keep saying those things, the more that will become a reality in your life, right? Just start doing the things, showing up, creating those rituals, and all of a sudden you start to become more consistent. In fact, a lot of people, the only thing that they're consistent in is that they're inconsistent, right? Show up, do whatever it takes. You got to treat this as your plan A. See, a lot of times people have this as a plan B, and then they wonder why the plan B is not paying as much as the plan A, which is their job. They're consistent with their job because they know they're going to get fired. That shows that they have value. They're consistent with showing up to that because it has value to them. So you're going to show up and be consistent for the things that you value. That's the truth. And so if you want the message for today, it's real simple this. How much do you value this? If you value trading, if you value your business, if you value time freedom, financial freedom, debt freedom, and all those things, then you are going to put in the time, the things that matter to you. It could be exercise, it could be the business, it could be a relationship. The truth of the matter is we are consistent with the things that we care most about. So guys, that is my training for today. I hope that this has been helpful. Just head on over to Brandon Boyd Official on Instagram. I'm going to get you guys the slides today. I'll also get you the recording, and hope that each and every one of you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks, everyone.